Hey there everybody, welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I am Bob, and I would like to begin this episode by pointing out to everyone that this unit right here has leaf skin. Just let that sink in there for a little bit while we carry on with the comments for this episode. Before I get started with that, I do want to quickly jump into the Empire development tree here. Realized I have a decent chunk of Imperium saved up, and I really should be getting some stuff in here, especially that city structures cost 20% less gold to build. I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and that way everything else that I build in my capital from here on out will have a cheaper build cost. So anything beyond that tavern, I'm going to be able to build a little bit for a little bit less money, which is huge right now because money is tight at the moment. Got some plans in place to work on that. I've been kind of reviewing things before I started recording today. Have a few ideas for how I want to set up my city, kind of where I want to put special structures, that kind of stuff. But for the time being, we have more immediate concerns. We have to decide what to do with this battle down here. I am going to get into that in a moment, but I do have your comments and feedback to go through first. So just cleaning up a few of my mistakes from the last episode. A lot of you did have confirmed that when you build a structure in a city, if you start production when it is not boosted, but then you boost it during production, the essentially lost bonus gold and production that you would have got from the boost is essentially refunded. So, long story short, there's really no disadvantage to starting construction of something like, say, this granary, as long as I get 2 foresters sometime during the course of its construction. It doesn't have to be right at the start, which is something I had no idea, and that could significantly affect how I decide to build out my cities in this and possibly future games. I'm hoping I can keep all the boosts active for this one anyway, although that's getting difficult because, Tweedledee down here wants to come up and burn my stuff, but whatever. I'll fix it later. In fact, I need to fix that stuff pretty soon. But from Aniran, Disrupting Wave from the Tome of the Archmage is a spell I couldn't find that disrupts battlefield magic. I actually wanted to jump in there and look at that one real quick. This is when we were talking about ways to possibly dispel Steadfast. If we go into the Tome library and navigate over to the Tome of the Archmage, Disruption Wave here disables enemy unit enchantments for 3 turns, dispels all positive status effects on all enemies, and dispels all negative status effects on all allies. This is actually, in my opinion, one of the best combat skills in the game. The positive and negative status effects is good enough as it is, and you can use that to really mess up the enemy's strategy if they're relying on that stuff. But disabling all enemy unit enchantments for 3 turns, that is huge, especially in the late game when people have tons of unit enchantments stacked on top of each other. In theory, this will be less of an issue in the Watcher update, when it becomes kind of more difficult to research as you research more and more tomes, like the cost of them just keeps going up. So the infinite enchantment power creep is just maybe not going to be as much of a thing in the future, which I wholeheartedly am in favor of. I kind of think that I don't really like that aspect of the game, and I wanted them to tone that back a little bit. But that is still very, very powerful because you do rely a lot on your enchantments. They're important. So yeah, there's that, and then I wanted to mention from why honestly a slight correction on the warrior defense mode. There was a battle I was fighting in the snow, and I put a warrior next to a unit, and it triggered a shield to try to protect that unit from the ice storm. It doesn't actually work that way. I was misreading this. Defense mode, the +2 defense and resistance, that is actually just defense mode for this specific unit, also the immune to flanking. It's the all adjacent friendly units gain +3 defense that I was thinking of, but defense does not protect you from that ice blizzard effect that's happening in between combat rounds and snow in this game. So yeah, that actually did me no good. It didn't matter protecting units with shields. Now these guys, on the other hand, that would have helped because their defense mode grants +3 resistance. It also grants status resistance. Their defense mode is really, really good. So the shield guys don't protect against the cold, which I guess makes sense because I'm not really sure how much that would work unless you were trying to block the wind or something. From Christopher Richmond, Tubalcane, and also my brother, who told me this in person, not in the comments. One idea I could have used is to heal in this underground passage when I was coming through here with my army and they were all beat up and everything sucked and we were freezing to death. We could have ducked into the cave here and healed up underground for a little bit. I could have also, while I was down there, built an outpost and a mana node down next to this gold, or build an outpost on or around the mana nodes in the gold mines down here. This was a good idea because I could have like also secured access to more resources. The thought didn't even cross my mind as I was coming past. I just sort of ignored the underground passage, aside from sending my scout down here. Now, Roderick did mention it might still be worth building outposts down here, but unfortunately, as you can see, there are hidden units on all this stuff, like rock enemies that have rock camouflage and stuff like that. So yeah, and these structures have enemies on them too, you can see with the red highlight. So basically, without committing military resources to this cave, I can't really make any economic use of it. I do wish I'd have kind of thought of that earlier, because coming down here and building an outpost now would have only allowed me to heal my units up, but also clear stuff for more income. I mean, in total, it's 30 more mana per turn and 10 gold. That's a lot of resources that I kind of missed out on. So, yeah, I wish I would have noticed that earlier. On the other hand, I really did need to get hurried back down here. Like, even delaying this by a couple turns, the enemy could have pillaged a lot more stuff. So, it might have still been the right decision to get down here earlier rather than later. But those are still good comments regardless, and I do wish I had considered that earlier. And then finally, we have to decide what to do about this situation. I actually just had 2 comments, both differing opinions, so I guess I have to be the tiebreaker. Sarah said to attack now, that any damage sustained could be healed on the next turn through the Ritual of Alacrity, which is a good point. I was planning on using Ritual of Alacrity anyway to patch up some of the more injured units. But Roderick suggested waiting, since I don't really have anything to gain from doing the battle on this turn instead of the next turn. I am going to side with Sarah on this one, I think, and go ahead and do the attack now, because I noticed that this battle is technically not taking place in the blizzard. So it's going to make it a little easier for me to patch up the units that are injured. I've got the army that is most beat up already has 2 war shamans right in it. So I can basically trigger healing on turn 1 and just get it done. The rest of my army is pretty much fine. They'll be able to handle what's in there. Also, completing the quest a turn earlier might give me access to something that would be useful. So I am going to go ahead and do this. Plus, this allows me to also move this entire stack of 3 onto that tile, which is out of the blizzard, meaning they'll heal an extra 5 health over the course of the next turn. So we're going to begin this episode by doing this battle. I'm going to run the auto just to see kind of what it does, out of curiosity. We lost an ice elemental. We can't be having that nonsense, so we're going to do this one manually. And basically just bunch everybody up and try to spam as much healing as possible. Looks like they're swinging to the tougher side, actually, the more heavily reinforced side, which is good. I need to get as many of these units together as possible. Let's see, how far can you move? You can move, we can just do this. We can just barely do this. I'm gonna move him here, this guy here. I can actually move these archers out of the way. They don't really need healing that bad. I wanna move these guys. Actually, it does make sense to leave them there because they need a little bit and I have nothing else to heal. So we'll bunch them up like that. This guy can move forward all the way, while this guy triggers this, and then at the beginning of the next turn, he can trigger his heal on them, and then they'll be patched up in no time. Jormag's army can kind of just move to the middle here. We do have that knight there in the background to consider. I wouldn't mind if he went and took a swipe at Jormag. That would be fine with me. This guy is a ranged attacker, so we're going to keep him out of range of that knight. Maybe position him over here in the grass there. That looks good. Move the white witches up behind him. And same thing with the archers and those other white witches right there. In fact, we have that side of the battle is just stacked with white witches. So technically he could come down here and attack Jormag now. He's welcome to it if he really feels like it. But I don't think he will. I think they'll do their little cautious approach thing that they like to do in this game. which I guess is better than the full charge they would do in Age of Wonders 3, from strategically speaking. Got him bolstered resistance, fortune, strength, and that is... Oh, he is going to go for it. All right, well, that simplifies things, because now I can just try to freeze him. I have so many White Witches here, we can just mass freeze some stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is have this guy buff all those units. They might not even really need it. He may be better off over here. Nah, we'll get more healing out of this. I'll just do it here. That army over there is fine. Jormag took a hit, but I mean, he's still got plenty of health. Was not expecting him to do that, but okay. We're gonna try to freeze him. Move this guy up a little bit. That puts him in range of the shields, but it's going to have to happen eventually. And it'll let him get a few attempts off at freezing this guy. Also, I think if Jormag actually attacks him, he'll knock the tree down and make it easier to... Yeah, he will. Jormag will knock the tree down and make it easier to actually hit that guy. So what I'm going to do is try to freeze him first so he doesn't retaliate against Jormag. Move this guy up here so he can fire some bolts. I'm going to try to freeze him. It's a 66% chance. I feel reasonably good about that. Okay, we got it. That allows me to take a nice big swipe at him. Now these guys may try to... Are those the... Oh, those are Dawn Defenders. Never mind. They're not a particularly scary shield unit. They can't bash or anything like that. They're pretty basic. Yeah, so they can just run in and do whatever. It doesn't matter. In fact, I may be able to freeze them. I'm not sure that it's even worth freezing them, though, to be honest. We could wait until the next turn. Depending on where they move, they may set themselves up for a nice big tail swipe. I imagine, though, they'll probably go after this guy here, who can't really do that much damage, so I might just move him back and out of the way. These archers are somewhat protected. I'm going to move the Frost Witch here. I would prefer to try to get the archers an angle on that guy, but I can't seem to do that. Let's start moving this army up over in this direction. So we can get them over into the fight. That would probably be ideal. Got the shield guy there. He can help protect stuff. Archers look good there. Yeah, just run all these guys basically as far this direction as they can go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna back him off. There's no reason letting him get hit by the shield. What I would prefer is for the shield's only option to be to attack Jormag, because the two angles they can get to Jormag at leave them in a perfect position for a nice big tail swipe, and I think that's what I'm gonna go for. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna move the archer down here. Move these guys down here, and intentionally let them move. Now, one might go after the shield, but if they do, that's fine. He's a shield. That's what he's there for. The Berserkers, I'm going to back off so they can get that nice big charge bonus when the time comes. And I think that's a pretty good setup. They've split up the rest of their units, so they're not really much of a threat. I don't think I even need to really cast a spell on this turn. I don't mind if they come in and hit Jormag. We're just going to let it happen. I'm hoping they do exactly what I thought and either go after the shield guy or go after Jormag. Now that knight is frozen, but it's fine because I saved my other freezes on those cryomancers, or on the White Witches, so that I can just... Oh, they fixed his status effect. Oh, okay. I forgot those chaplains back there can do that. Alright, we're gonna have to deal with them. Fortunately, these guys still went after Jormag, and that's fine. He might get lucky because of the clovers. No, he didn't. Okay, so Jormag got a little beat up there, but that's okay. We've got set up for a nice big tail swipe here and mess these guys up a little. That knight's dead on this turn, so I'm gonna just smack them there. And we can have Berserker guy come up here and start hitting these guys too now, I think. Yeah, that should be safe. Nice big flank attack right in the back. One big axe swing knocks out 4 or 5 dudes. So he's about dead. Now, let's see. How do we want to deal with this guy? If we can get the lucky freeze on him, that's probably ideal, but it's only a 22% chance. I think he got... Did he get boosted status resistance when they... No, he didn't. It's just the lesser snow spirits don't have a particularly good chance of hurting this guy. We're going to try to sunder his defense, of freezing the guy. We're going to try to sunder his defense, for starters. Okay, we got rid of sundered defense. I believe this was the White Witch that already used their... Yeah, they used their freeze already, so there's not really any rush on getting that out. He's wide open for a flank or for a shield bash. He's really left himself in a pretty bad position. I'm going to try the shield bash first, because that is... Because I could use the cryomancers to freeze the shield guys, possibly. But if I could shield bash him... There we go, we got the stun on him. That frees my hero up to get out of the way. And it also frees this guy up to run over here and shield bash that unit. Chaplain or whoever's hiding in the trees over here. That's a 73% chance to stun. He resisted. Okay, well, we'll deal with it. I need to start dishing out some actual damage to this guy. So... I think what I would like to do is move the... I'm going to move the White Witch back. I'm going to move this guy one space here and trade places with him. And he can move up here and start smacking this guy. That gets rid of the bush that he was standing on, which gives my other range units a better chance to hit him. I want to make sure I actually finish that knight on this turn so they don't just heal him and do the same thing again. Let's see. We'll let these guys get a shot off on him. Yeah, that's a little more powerful single hit attack. So now he's gone. And I can think about what to do down here. Not really worried about the Berserker's safety at this point. I think I would like to freeze that Dawn Defender, though. So you were the one who can't do anything else on this turn. You, I believe, can. Yep, that's a 90% freeze chance. I will take that. So don't have to worry about him. And then I think I can just kill the other one. Yeah, the White Witch can actually just straight up take him out. So we'll do that. Goodbye, sir. And then archers can just move up and start hitting that guy. I might actually be able to kill him on this turn. I believe I can. If I'm willing to take that shot. It was pointed out to me in the comments by several people that magic attacks, like I mentioned in the last episode but wasn't certain about, I've had it essentially confirmed by many people, that magic attacks, when fired, even, like right now I have a 90% chance to hit, but even if I did miss, it'll never hit friendlies. It's only physical attacks that have a chance to hit friendlies, which is interesting. I didn't know that. Alright, so that guy's down. Now it's just other units that I probably want to rush out and put pressure on if I can, or do damage to if possible. Probably from cover. We're gonna just start trying to chip away at these guys' health back here. I don't want them throwing stuff at Jormag or any of my other units. These guys they have shield defense up, but not... I'm going to actually use these guys for AoE defense there. I can take the chance to try to poison him. Okay, we got the poison off. That's good. We're at end turn. I am not concerned enough about anything to spend mana right now, so we're just gonna move to the next turn. Okay, they want to go pick a fight with that specific shaman. Apparently, yeah, he just rubbed somebody the wrong way. Oh, he really must have said something mean. irritate everyone. Oh, there's a nice tail swipe that would be fun. I think I can get a good frost breath off here, though. That could be exciting. Let's try it. Let's move up and just... Yeah, we can get 2. If I move to that clover field, I could get another one. I think I just smashed the clovers. Let's just do this. I froze all 3 of them. Alright, well, battle's essentially over now. Just go in and mop it up. Oof. Alright, that wasn't too bad at all. Easy, easy battle. I just need to get you out of the way. How about you come up here and just do that. And then everyone else should have clear shots on the last one here. Goodbye. Alright, that completes a quest. My units did get a little beat up, but as far as I know, nothing is threatening them. Devouring Light, Aftermath. What do I want to do? I could grow population in my city. I could get 239 knowledge. So that's 3 turns off research. I gained 3 skeletons of the honorable cats. They're tier 1 polearm units. They're honestly not that good. I think I kind of want to lean towards the economic bonuses here, but I don't know. Having extra units to throw at the enemy is also good. This is actually a pretty tough call, if I'm being honest. Because growing the population in my city might be one of the most important things that I can do. I think this one saves me the most turns, if I want to look at it in terms of number of turns. I'm pretty sure 416 food is more turns. I wish there was a way that you could close this menu and decide later and go look at my stuff, but I think I want the food. I think growing my city, which is my main source of really everything since it's my only city, this is probably the right call. The question is, what province do I want? Because I do kind of want that gold mine, but it's being threatened. But it would give me a path straight down to this outpost. There are other spots that I kind of want, but not all of them are like I wanted to build certain upgrades in certain provinces, certain special province upgrades, and haven't been able to do that yet because of the kind of bizarre way my borders are expanding. But that being said, I think I kind of have to go for that mine one, just because I need money so badly right now. And even if Noctis goes up there and raise it, it'll take him a couple turns to do it, and it might pull him off that outpost. So I'm going to take the more aggressive play here and grab that mine. There's also a gold mine right there that I need to remember to clear when I have an opportunity. But for now, we'll just take a gold mine there, and that gets me a little bit of extra gold income. Hero has leveled up. That would be Magic Spirit Boy. Let's see here. For those of you who play Guild Wars, we could kind of think of this guy as like a corrupted version of Bram. That's kind of what he reminds me of. Magecraft, probably for that extra accuracy and ignoring status resistance. His attack does have a chance to inflict despair, so that would make despair more likely to trigger. Distant Evocation is also really good for the extra range, but I think I'd take the accuracy first. And the status resistance, ignoring. Unfortunately, the despair effect is not going to have much of an effect on the bone golems that Noctis has that I was looking at earlier. Actually, you know what? I think I will take distant evocation. Just to keep him a little further away from the enemies. That extra range seems quite good, so I'm going to take that. We really need him to be a heavy spellcaster. I was looking at these bone golems, and they are resistant to everything I can throw at them, which is basically poison and frost. And they're pretty tanky against physical, so I need a way of dealing with them. I think I might actually pick my next tome based off of that even, because those things can cause so much trouble. Alright, new Empire development skill is available. I believe this one will be available on the next turn. Farms granting more food, which would be pretty big for me. That would help Frost Citadel to grow even faster, which would be quite important. Considering the population, it's 14 turns to grow again. It's really quite stalling out. So how much food is it getting per turn? How many turns did I save? 57. Oh yeah, that was like 8 turns worth of growth. I think that was the right call, taking the food in that city. Okay, I feel good about that now. Ruined provinces can be rebuilt. Is it worth doing? I think the research post is, if I can protect it. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the money on that. Because if I don't repair it now, I'll start building units and I'll never get around to repairing it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and fix the research post. In fact, with my armies being right here, I think I can protect this stuff now. So I probably should repair it all now while there's no armies in my borders. And we'll just save up money and get more units later. Okay, now back underground, we've got our scout here. I'm kind of just scouting the rest of this, but this looks like it. Yeah, that's just a dead end over there. That's all blank. So actually, there's no reason for him to stay underground any longer. We're gonna go back up top and try to catch back up with everybody else. He's not gonna do much in a fight, but he's better than nothing. Okay, did I already cast Awakened Tools on my capital? I do have Seeker Arrows ready. Which would be pretty nice for my Furies. Did I get Awakened Tools here? No, it doesn't look like I did. I think I want that. That costs, that's a 6 upkeep cost. That's worth it, I think. I am really pushing it on mana, but 20 plus 20 production plus 20 draft, especially with me about to, it's going to lower city stability a little bit, but I'm about to get more city stability for the tavern. I think that's worth it. I will be very short on mana for battlefield spells for a little while, but I think I want that. I'm going to hold off on Seeker Arrows for now, though, because that's upkeep per unit of 2. That'll also add up, and I just don't have quite enough mana for both. But I think Awakened Tools right now is more important. My army is okay. I haven't lost anybody yet. I got some decently high-level units. It's my economy that concerns me more right now than anything else. Let's see here. We've got another cave entrance nestled back here. This scout is absolutely going to get himself killed. I actually don't really care what's in that cave entrance. I'm going to go back out and try to explore a different direction. Alright, and that's about all we can do on this turn. Alright, well, we've made the best plans that we can, and now just have to wait and see what Noctis does. Hopefully he doesn't have too many sneaky hidden units hiding around. Alright, well, we finally got ourselves an outpost. We've finally got a way to patch up units. I think that for this Ritual of Alacrity, we probably want Noctis, Garrick, and probably the Berserker, because they'll heal more health out of it. Then maybe these 3 guys. Yeah. We'll let the Razorback heal kind of on its own. Let's do that. Alright, you 3. Get that Ritual of Alacrity. Right off the bat. Much, much better. Okay, now we can start pressuring fricking Noctis over here. Actually, approaching from that angle probably isn't bad. It doesn't really matter if he comes out and fights me in the snow because it's going to affect him too. Although he does have a lot of undead units that are going to be more resistant to it than I am. That's a factor worth considering. It's even Leafskin Skeleton Boy over here has frost resistance. So I will eventually not have to worry about that blizzard, and it'll only be a benefit to me, provided the enemy doesn't also get the Frostling transformation. But for now, this is good enough. Yeah, so basically I want to reform my armies a little bit. Garrick probably needs to lead his own group, and I need like just a nice balance between them. I'm going to leave everybody in my borders for another turn, though. I'm just going to get them on the very edge of things so that they can all heal. I'm going to leave... Let's see, how do I want to arrange this? I'm going to have Jormag's army kind of take point on that corner up there. So we can just sort of start picking and choosing units, since I don't need all the movement on everyone this turn. So we'll have Jormag go there. I'll have... Now I keep wanting to call him Bram. It's a Guild Wars reference for those. It's a character in Guild Wars for those who don't know what I'm talking about. I would move him here on the road. Actually, I'll probably have him go on this spot. It's a little closer. He can have his own Frost Witch. I'm going to try to divide them up pretty evenly, as well as the heal shaman guys. Make sure each army has one of them. If I have enough. I thought I did, but maybe I only have 2. So if I only have 2, then each leader army gets one. I will send the Berserker with Jormag. He's kind of the star of the show here. We'll send 1 shield boy for each army. Let's see. Everybody needs a white witch. I think Bram's army now I'm just going to call him Bram for the rest of the game. I've ruined it. Jormag's army needs a white witch, so let's give them one. And Garrick's army's got a white witch already, so we'll put her here. And I think... What's the only thing we're missing over here? You know, that ice element... Well, no, he's with Garrick's army, so that's fine. So basically, I can add another white witch, or I can add an archer, essentially. You know what? We'll add an archer. That'll round out the army nicely. They don't have any ranged units. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So you go there, and then I think that's a pretty well-balanced army setup with a nice mix of units in each stack. We'll let everyone sit and heal in my borders for one more turn, where it's nice and warm. I'm also going to go ahead and build walls here to slow down enemies that may try to attack. This is expensive. Oh, hang on. The outpost is built, so I probably want to grab that gold mine. I may move that later once the city's borders have expanded far enough to get it, but for now, getting that gold mine earlier is probably better. Yeah, let's do that, because I could actually build the mine on it. That's 10 gold there. Or, well, I guess it's 5. But it's another 10 if I can manage to get up there and clear that, which, you know what, I probably need to do. I know I was talking about trying to leave everyone in where it's warmer, and I haven't exactly moved my armies around in the most efficient manner on this particular turn. But clearing that would be nice. That's more gold right now, so maybe I can get most of them out there and back. If I use only fast units, I don't think I could. I don't think anyone can move far enough. One army is going to get left out there, but 2 can remain in. Okay, what I can do is I can leave the armies that need more healing back. But like these 2 units, they can run off by themselves. They're pretty full health. So they could be the ones to actually go launch that attack. If I send them like that. That guy is pretty wounded, so I probably want another unit that's pretty full health. But I kind of want to keep the white witches evenly spread. Well, it's fine. One can wander off for a turn. What's the worst that can happen? Alright. So we'll do kind of like that, and then the other armies can sort of move partway up, but then they can use the road to get back down. Like I could go have Jormag's army go here. Garrett goes there, and then they can still get back into friendly territory on the next turn. They will be short a few units because they'll be too far away from this army to receive any support from them, but that's okay. We'll attack with the archer. We'll attempt an auto. And we lose a Sunderer, which is not at all necessary. I was not planning to do this early, but I forgot about that work camp, so we're right back in the snow, taking frost damage again. Just like old times. Alright, enemies moving forward. We need to get some healing triggered on these guys. We need to get some healing triggered on that. Well, this whole army, really. We'll just try to arrange that now. Yeah, let's get that... Yeah, we just have to bundle everybody up around this dude. Alright, that's fine. Let's just get that healing going now to counteract the cold. With some passive regen, and this army down here essentially needs the same thing. They can move forward a little bit. In fact, why don't you come over here too? Do the White Witches have any frost resistance? Curious about that now. They don't. I feel like they kind of should. Alright, well, we'll get the link with these guys. I kind of feel like they should have a little frost resistance, and Pyromancers should have a little bit of fire resistance. I mean, they're running around with it in their hands. Alright, we've got actually really good terrain here to make use of. So I'm going to try to do that. And I'm going to try to bring Jormag's army down. More in this direction. Shield guys up front. Archers in back. And we'll... Now, are any of these spiders jumpers? I know these ones have the AoE frozen webs, which is very good. That one has the AoE traditional web. That's a dread spider though, so it's not a jumping hunter spider. So I don't have to worry about that at least. Come on down. Oh, he walked right in the middle of everybody. All right. It looks like they're gonna make this pretty easy on me. Yeah, because he can just absolutely blast that thing. Is there any way I can soften it up first? Probably. The Sunderers. Let's get Sunder defense on it. We just want to make sure the Sunderers are protected. Probably we'll move them here. Move the archers. You know, I actually like the archers where they are. That's fine. I think I have a plan here. So we're going to try to sunder that defense on that one. Got it? Okay, good. Move you there, and I want this guy to come up here and give everybody an AoE shield buff. I'm going to have you try to freeze the spider, one of the spiders on the side. To take a little pressure off. And with his Sunder defense, we're gonna hit him with magic and then arrows. Causes some despair. This is a potential, well, not a potential kill, unless I crit. Okay, that's fine. That is totally fine. I could possibly stun bash those spiders. And that's a 90% chance to stun. I think that's actually a good move. We'll do that. Because it looks like this guy is done for. So I don't have to worry about him running up on my flank. Jormag actually can't really do anything right now. So what I'll probably do is summon a mini spider, which can then run off and do something, including jump and get behind things. In fact, you are an entirely sacrificial unit, so I will use you as such. Go bug this thing. With him being pinned and that one being stunned, these archers should be free to finish that unit off. This spider can't reach anything on this turn, so we don't need to worry about him at all. And I can just get the Berserker in position to charge and kill something on the next turn. We'll have him go benefit from that guy's shields. These guys can just go here. Actually, I'm going to undo that. Because I can put... Yeah, never mind. They can't get a really good position on anything. As long as they're out of range of that spider, I think I'm willing to do this. Nope. I wanted them to be in the range that this shaman can protect. So I guess he'll just go here. And defend. I don't think anything can hit those units. It may have been better to just take a shot at hitting something. Let's see. The only unit that can reach and hit anything right now is that spider right there, so I may as well see if I can freeze him as well. I can move this guy up onto the edge here. He's got a 30% chance to freeze. If nothing else, I'll do damage and slow. And slow is essentially just as good. He'll probably turn and try to fight that spider, so that doesn't really hurt me in any way at all. We can move these white witches up now and start shooting at more stuff. Probably those guys over there. Just want to leave her out of range of anything. You know what? She's good where she's at. We'll just leave her there. Everybody else is good, I think. Yeah, we'll just end the turn here. And I don't think I'm going to take any hits on anything other than the throwaway spider that I summoned. Which is fine, that lures all the enemies into one spot that I can then easily get rid of them. And they can't even seem to kill it on this turn. Okay, now Jormag can go destroy that poor baby spider. Actually, it will retaliate, which is just a little annoying, but I can negate that. So Jormag doesn't take any damage. Man, I would love to get a hit on this guy, that guy with my Berserker, but he can't quite reach. Well, here's Distant Evocation coming in handy. Let's see, I would like to get rid of that guy out on the side, so we'll do that. Weren't particularly successful, but these guys can finish the job. Okay. And I want to get my, I'm going to try to freeze that spider on this turn. I've got 2 white witches here, both of which still have their freeze available. So we'll try to make use of that. If I can freeze it, then I can target this guy with my hero and finish him off. I'm going to move them up kind of like closer to stuff, because I can protect them with other units now. We're going to try to land that freeze. Got it? Okay, good. That guy may as well start moving down. And since he's frozen, I can freely go after this one, which actually I don't even need the hero's help for. I could do this and just finish it with the Fury, which allows him to start working on the big spider. Ooh, a nice critical hit. That's always good to see. Move these guys up and move these guys up. In fact, I might be able to hit it from here and sunder. Yeah, I can sunder its defense. Should have done that earlier. But it matters little. He's going to be dead on the next turn anyway. Now we need to make sure we kill this guy, which should be pretty easy. I'll go ahead and try to finish this thing off. Looks like I might with the crits. It's going to be close. Yep, got it. Alright, then that just leaves him to go smash that spider with a giant war axe. And the only unit left is stunned. So we just finish him off. Actually, I think we can finish him off on this turn. Yeah, it's just one more shot. Alright, easy. And that saves a round of cold chill. Alright, then I can get them back with their stack. We got some money out of that. That's a good chunk of money. That actually is enough to start making a berserker on this turn, which makes me very happy. So let's get the bigger armies back to where they can heal. They didn't take too much damage, so I'm not worried about them. And now we have an extra gold mine in our territory. Very, very good. I'm going to go ahead and spend the money on a berserker. I'm going to start getting more of those guys out. Tavern's still got 2 turns. I have Awakened Tools ready to cast. What do I want to build after the Tavern? Because I could really use more mana, but I also could really use more gold. I think I gotta go with the mana obelisk if I'm gonna start casting spells. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get Awakened Tools, because this will also help the Berserker build faster. Now, I have very little mana income now, so I need to be quite mindful. Tavern will be done on the next turn, though, and then I can move right into the mana obelisk to make up for the extra mana that I am now spending. Can't afford Seeker Arrows yet. It's just too much. I need some mana available for emergency spells. Noctis got killed by something. Oh, he went out fighting an infestation and got himself killed. Okay. That actually means that unless he's got the ability that lets him come back quickly, now would be a good time to go after him, because he can't cast spells while he's in the void, which would be very, very handy. For me, anyway. Alright, let's get this scout back down with everybody else. Looks like that's the fastest path for him. The scout's absolutely going to get himself killed, but it's fine. If he dies, it'll be the first unit I've lost in this series so far. Knock on wood, I guess. I'm not exactly sure that my desk is wood, so I don't know if that counts. I think that's it. I think that's it for this turn. Yeah, Seeker Arrows. Yeah, we're good. Alright, let's end the turn and see what Noctis does. He's forming up a pretty meaty army there and really garrisoning that outpost. That'll be a siege for sure. And there's more armies moving in. Okay, things are picking up over here. But it's fine. We've got access to healing. Yeah, everything's gonna probably be okay. Probably. Let's move, Jeez, do I want to actually go for it? Let's take a closer look at exactly what he's got. because we don't know what else is on the way. But beginning the siege now would just mean I can get it over with faster. And my armies aren't really that hurt anymore, minus the Razorback. Plus, if I can manage to just be on the edges of these provinces, I'll technically be out of the snow. So I could continue to heal and wouldn't have to worry about the cold damage. He's got like some tier 1 skeleton pikes. He's got a spring fairy. She's can buff stuff. And what's true strike? Attacks cannot miss. Oh, that's really interesting. I don't know if I've noticed the spring fairies before. That'd be a nice for archer support. What do we got here? That's a wild speaker. He doesn't have any units that are super scary. These are all like tier 2s or lower, and I don't see any heroes. But I don't know what else is on the way. I think right now my army beats his. They're just better, I think. I can exploit his status, the fact that the Emperor AI doesn't get status resistance buffs, and I can just freeze a lot of stuff. But I can't get everybody there on this turn anyway, so I probably need to wait regardless. So let's keep everyone one more turn in my territory to just finish off healing. It's very tempting for me to just try to grow the city and grab this province so I can move through here more quickly. If that's even a viable one for me to pick up. No, it's too far away. I can't get that one. All right. This is a conundrum. Because part of me, like, if I didn't have the blizzard active, I would definitely try to get in my territory up here and use it to push from the north. But I can't do that because of the blizzard, because I won't be healing in it. I need to either get right up next to a city or stay in my own. Maybe I should have taken that tile for strategic reasons. That's probably what I should have done. That would have made sieging that city much easier, because I could heal in this one. I wonder if I can change that. Can I undo that? No, I can only change what's built on it by replacing it with a forester, which would be useless. Can I abandon this province? Like if I click on this one directly? No, I don't think I can. I could, the only option is to pillage the outpost, and I don't want to do that. I feel like I've made a mistake here. This would have been much more strategically useful to take that swamp. I might actually need to... there may be a way for me to take this from the outpost if my city's borders expand far enough. I know you can swap tiles between cities. I'm just not sure if you can swap them between a city and an outpost, but I would assume you probably can if you can do it between cities. And then that would let me instead shift the work camp location over here. But for now, I have to make do with what I've got, and I think the best solution is to approach from the swamp, which means taking one more turn to heal in my own territory. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll move his army down here. I'm going to move the Razorback out of the army, add a Cryomancer back into Jormag's group. Probably whichever it doesn't really matter. They're both the same rank. And set up kind of like this. And then we'll let Noctis make the next move. And if he doesn't, then I'm going to push across the swamp and go after him. This is going to be an ugly fight. I do have enough... I could get the Farms Grant 5 food. I want that. I definitely want that. That'll help Frost Citadel grow faster, which is quite important right now. Especially since I'm rebuilding one of my farms. Okay. Set production in Frost Citadel. Okay, we did get that finished. So I'm gonna get the... Alright, we got the tavern finished. So I'm gonna grab the mana obelisk now, I think. Mana is probably what I'm shortest on at the immediate moment. So let's get that built. I don't think I really need the bathhouse right now. Cities should be pretty happy Yeah, we'll leave it as it is right now. And if I can just keep the gold income flowing, I can just throw a lot of berserkers at this guy. Okay, now we're getting chased, which I guess I shouldn't be surprised this was going to happen. Oh, we got one leader or hero over here. Actually, is that a leader? That is his leader. Reyna the Golden. That's her leader. And she has heavy armor greaves, which are a terrible item in my opinion. That's a good one, though. I wouldn't mind having a Horn of Plenty. What I really want to keep an eye out is for a hero with a cloud in a bottle. That would allow me to use an AoE that makes enemy units wet, which would give me a better chance at freezing them with my ice stuff. It would be extremely useful, and it's a free action, so very, very good to have. Let's just kind of run up this way, I guess. I don't really have a plan with the scout other than generally run away now that I've been spotted. But I think he might be able to make it back. I would rather have him with the army, just even if he's a tiny bit of extra support in that back line. Better than nothing. Okay, I think we're good for the next turn. Let's carry on. See what else Noctis brings. It looks like I'm going to be up against 3 full stacks here in no time. Oh my gosh, here comes more. Fortunately, still nothing super scary. Most of his units are fairly low tier. I haven't seen anything tier 3 other than the fairy. So I think I'm going to push on this. I can make it there, and I think... Ooh, hang on. This is a good opportunity. The way he split up his units. Because I don't think the Outpost counts as like a normal city. I'm pretty sure that's just a straight up battle, not a siege. At least I don't think it is. It might be, but I think the Outpost may act like a single tile city rather than a 7 tile city. Also, this guy is so close that I'm going to drop the 8 gold and get him out of turn faster. Run, run, run down south, sir. We need your help. And you can, well, it doesn't really matter where you go. I guess just for now, you get into here. Yeah, get some healing. Yeah, so if I move Jormag's army there, him here. So I have to be a little cautious here because I could get surrounded if this doesn't work, but it doesn't say that to siege. It's out of my borders. I think that's just a normal battle. And if it is, then I could win that without losing anything by bringing in other supporting units. I've got enough spells to get by, enough magic. I could even throw down Seeker Arrows if I wanted to give myself a little bit of an edge just for one battle, because I don't have to worry about the unit upkeep until next turn. That would help my archers shoot a little bit further, which would be handy. I'm going to go for this, I think. I'm going to do it cautiously, though. Because remember, they could have hidden units. And I want Jormag to spot them with True Sight if they do. Okay. Looks like we're alright. If I could take this chunk out of his army, that would give me a good start in the war. I'm going to move up everybody else anyway, because I can't... You know, now I'm committed to it. I can't leave them out in the cold alone, so I need to bring up more stuff. I just need to make sure that I can get everyone close enough to be able to participate in this fight. I think I can. You guys can get all the way there. Yeah, that works. Because I'm leaving everybody on grassland. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're good. We're good as long as I don't move the... actually, we might not be good. We might not be good because that army to attack is going to have to split up, and I really don't like that. I wish they had a faster unit with them. because Jormag would have to step out of that by themselves. It's still probably fine. I would have moved them a little differently if I had noticed that, but it's still probably fine because it would ignore, if I get counterattacked, it will ignore this stack. I think I will do more damage than I would risk losing here because I can get all my units in on the initial battle, so I am still going to do this. Oh, it is a siege. Okay. Well, dang. All right. Well, we got to get it started. Can we get... I can't afford undermining walls or really doing anything. Undermining walls would be nice. I don't want headlong assault. And I don't think I want harassed defenders, because typically they run out and attack you instead of waiting for that to actually benefit anything. So I'm just going to let it be a normal siege burn for now. And we'll come back to that later. Fortunately, my army is all at full health. And if he doesn't attack me on this turn, which he can't reach me with everything, I will have another Berserker in the mix. So he's got to do something on this turn if he wants any chance, unless he's got a lot more units where that came from, which I'm sure he does. It's just a question of how far away they are. All right. See if I can get you out of here. It looks like I can. Probably. Yeah, we'll follow the road. Hopefully my scout's not being trailed by a big army that's going to get led right to me. All right. I got a little bit more mana income from something. So I think I'll probably try to make use of it and go ahead and get Seeker Arrows cast now, since I don't know how much is going to get thrown at me here. It takes me down to 4 mana income per turn, but that's okay because we'll have the mana obelisk done up here pretty soon. And that powers up my army as much as they can possibly be right now. Because I can't get Joy Siphoners yet as much as I want it. That's going to have to wait for a little while. Alright. Yeah, that's it. We end the turn here and see if Noctis counterattacks. He's got a scary army in there now. Doesn't look like he's going for the attack, though. Oh, hey, Noctis is back already. And he's alone, it looks like. But underground passages are scary. You never know what's on the other side. What's this? Spend money to get more food. That's 2 turns worth of food. I lose Imperium but gain a population. Actually, that one's probably... I would take that one. Yeah, I would take that one, I think, because Imperium isn't quite as badly needed when you're only playing with one city, because I'm not spending it to found cities, so I think spending Imperium for a new population, especially considering that the last I checked, that's like 10 turns of growth. Yeah, that's worth it. Yep, that's worth it. Now I can add a little more territory. Probably need to start thinking about where I want to build the special structures, and I think I know where I want one of them. I want to get the School of Cryomancy. Now, the way I've been looking at this is, and just to give you a heads up on what I'm kind of thinking here, I need spirit damage, because Noctis is using undead stuff. He's got bone golems, he's got skeletons, he's got all that crap. I need spirit damage, and I can't use spirit damage enchantments per my own rules, but I can use spirit damage units as long as they're Icebrood. And so what I'm thinking I might do, well, we actually need to select another research. Not a huge fan of any of these, but I guess the 3 fortune one is pretty nice. So is the Wayfinder enchantment, but I think I would take a battlefield spell right now, and I only have Berserk units, so I don't think Primal Strike really helps me out a whole lot. Yeah, it helps me out with 1 Skirmisher unit. That's my Ice Elemental. That's not really that useful. It might be more useful later, though. You know what? I'm going to take it because it will be useful eventually, because of what I was about to talk to you guys about. So originally my plan was for the next tome to grab the Tome of Glades so that I could get access to the Glade Runners, and so that I could give my Barbarian Shield guys aspect of the root. I can't cast Leaf Skin because that's not within my rule set that my self-imposed rule set that I'm playing by in this game. But in light of those golems and my need for another damage channel, I'm actually leaning towards Tome of the Inquisition. I can get Inquisitors, and to be fair, they don't do a whole lot of spirit damage, but they do a little bit. But more importantly, I can get Mass Condemnation, which gives units in a 1 hex radius condemned until the end of battle. Condemned lowers status resistance, and that will make my freezes more likely to trigger, which is huge. Also, the Tribunal's a pretty nice building. I can't make use of Inquisitor Seals because that gives units spirit damage. That's against, again, my self-imposed rules for this series. No enchantments that give damage other than frost or physical. But also there's this global spell where I can drop spirit damage on enemies. That doesn't really do much, but it could slow down an enemy army and might be handy. So I think Tome of the Inquisition is next on my list, and those Inquisitors will benefit from Primal Strike. So I think I will go ahead and do that. They're a nice skirmisher unit. They're pretty flexible. So I will be planning around that. 1 more research cycle and the next tome is available. We'll have Primal Mark ready to go. Blizzard is done. That also lowers status resistance. This actually... This could be really good to use. Now... Hang on. Could I use this to, like, hurt one of the armies and lower their status resistance? I could, but it costs too much. I don't have enough mana, so for now I'll have to wait. Alright, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my units together and on grassy terrain. First things first. One thing I'm noticing here is that this is... Well, is that forest? Is that specific... Hang on. I need to know if the specific tile that they're standing on, that is forest, yes. I kind of want to be in the swamp. So I think what I'm going to do is move here. I like fighting in the swamps because units can get wet. And that makes me have more opportunities to freeze stuff. Although, one problem, this Berserker can't quite make it that far. So actually, I can't do that. He's got to be in the stack with Jormag here. So I'm actually going to move Jormag's stack back to the tower and move the Berserker onto them because I really need him. I need him more than I need to fight in a swamp. It's possible the other units may stay in the swamp. Anyway, I'll move these guys with that Berserker. I will move this person here and the scout there. Probably both onto that tile. So at least I've got almost a full stack. The other scout's on the way. He's doing his best to catch up. Okay, he came back real quick, so he must have that thing that lets him respawn. It said he came back to Starlit Sanctuary. That is not a city that I see here, which means he almost certainly has a city right at the bottom of that underground passage. That is good to make note of. I bet that's his capital down there, which would explain why he's all over the place so fast. He's just spawned really close to me. Alright. 44, 80. Gold is looking good. Make sure Yep, I've got another Berserker being built. Let's just end the turn and see what the future holds. Did I ever bother to build walls in that outpost? I don't think I did, but I need to. Yeah, I need walls here. Well, let's make sure I've got enough to build everything that I want to in my my capital. Did Noctis just not move anything? What is he doing? Yeah, he just didn't move anything. I was half expecting him to because I'm used to playing on simultaneous turns with friends and then just like the computer moves at the same time you do, but no, he literally moved nothing as far as I can tell. He's just waiting for the siege to happen. With my additional range, I might be able to trick him into running his units out of the walls. I'm hoping that I can. Alright, we've got more mana income now. The monolith is next. Oh, I forgot to grow my city on the last turn. That was dumb. That's my mistake. Which tile do I want? So I got distracted talking about other stuff. I think what I want to do is, if I get the Tome of the Inquisition, I'm eventually going to put a tithe collector here and surround it with a lot of foresters and farms and stuff. So for now, though, I'm going to briefly put a quarry there so I can build the monolith faster, I think, and get that done. Although, alternatively, I could put the School of Cryomancy right there. This would be a good spot for it, too. But this one technically only has 5 adjacent snow provinces, what the School of Cryomancy needs. But that's better than nothing, and I would rather surround the Tithe Collector with an extra farm rather than a School of Cryomancy down here. So if I put the Tithe Collector here, it benefits from adjacent farms and foresters. I'm going to eventually make this a forester, that'll be a forester, this will be a forester, and then that's a farm and that's a farm. So longer term, I can get more of an immediate benefit from the School of Cryomancy now, actually. So I'm going to do that. I'll build the quarry here. I'm going to, let's see, those are both going to remain as farms. I do kind of need another forester, so I'm going to switch this farm to be a forester to begin preparations for those changes. And I'm going to go ahead and build... Oh, wait, hang on. While I'm doing that, if that's going to be a forester, then I'm going to turn this into a quarry at the same time, and I'm going to put the Rune Carver's camp here in between the two quarries, because it benefits from those. And then this is going to be a mine. I may as well go ahead and switch that now, because we've got enough farms. And then I'll have another farm eventually somewhere. Right now the city has like 4 farms. Actually, maybe I want to keep that one for now. Hang on. I'm going to cancel that. Cancel that. We'll leave that as a farm for now. But I am going to change that eventually. I'll probably put another farm there. Okay, so what was I doing? Yeah, okay, so quarry. So I have to decide whether I want to use the extra quarry now to build the monolith boosted, which is 20 mana income, or whether I immediately go straight to the School of Cryomancy, which will give me 12 mana income, but also 10 research. And I think I kind of want the School of Cryomancy, because that's, in 3 turns, I'll have a quarry there. So I'll have the 3 quarries, and then I can just build the monolith anyway. But I kind of want research more right now, so we're going to build a School of Cryomancy on top of that. And then, of course, who wouldn't want another Berserker? Although money is tight again. Oh, man. Alright, well, the scouts have turned away from reinforcing, and I don't have enough money to build walls again, so we're just going to have to deal with that. We'll put the scout back here and just run him in from the top on the next turn. Well, at least he survived his journey. He got all the way down to the southeastern corner of the map there. I wasn't expecting that he would survive. I am about to have 3 full stacks of pretty solid units now, though, so we're looking good. I wish I could add stuff to the siege projects, but I do get why it's locked, because otherwise you could just drop down harass defenders at the very last turn and get all the benefit from it with just knowing it'll work. Okay, I think everything looks good. City is starting to take shape. Let's move on to the next turn. See if Noctis actually moves any of his units this time. It's like he's in panic mode and just locked down. Oh crap, here comes another army. Alright, well, he's getting a large number of units, but again, we're still just seeing mainly tier 1s. I expect he will make a big move on this next turn. Fortunately, I too can make a big move because I can add another Berserker to the mix. So now I've got several tier 3s in here. We'll move this guy down, move this guy over. I do really wish that I could move everyone into the swamp because I am expecting a counterattack. He might go after one of the units that is standing in the swamp, though, so we'll see. I don't really know what he'll do here. I do want to keep this scout kind of away from things now, because at this point he would potentially make a weak point for them to attack. I don't want to risk that. Stuff in my capital's coming along just fine. And I guess I could swing the money to make walls on this turn if, see, 2 turns until Berserker's done. Actually, on the next go around, I'll probably want to spend a little money to hurry production of another one. So, we'll see how the next turn goes. Because I probably, if I can take this city, it'll reduce the need to have walls in this one by a little bit. Also, if I can take this city, I can reuse the work camp and use it to connect like that, which would work. And then I may end up building another outpost. Actually, I don't... Can you build outposts directly adjacent to each other? I don't think you can. So we'll have to see how that pans out, actually. It may not make sense. Alright, so I guess you can just hang out over here in the forest somewhere where you can't get into trouble. I could run him over the mountains and see if I can get back behind stuff and keep scouting. But he's just eventually going to get picked off anyway. I think I would rather just leave all hands on deck here. So he's fine where he's at. Blizzard is ready. I could drop that on him on this turn, but it would leave me short on combat spells for the upcoming battle, and I don't think I want to risk that. So I'm going to hang on to my mana. But lowering status resistance on especially that army right there would feel really nice. Because those are soothers, right? Do they actually... They just heal hit points. They don't heal status effects. I'm sure he'll pull in those 2 heroes for this battle. Oh boy, this could be a lot. A lot's gonna hinge on this battle. Casting Blizzard is super tempting. I wonder if there's a way that I can get mana, like a little mana short term. I can't trade with anyone, because I've kind of gone the solo kill everyone route, so nobody really wants to trade with me. The only thing I could do... No, in this game, selling items in your armory, but I wouldn't want to do that anyway because I'm a Dragon Lord. But selling items in your armory in this game only gives you gold, I think. Yeah, it's just gold. So, nuts. Yeah, I don't think there is a way for me to get just a short little boost of mana right now. We're just going to have to go with it. I guess I just have to decide whether... I'm actually not sure in this game whether if I did cast that, whether I would get the 15 mana before or at the end of my turn before he attacks me, or at the beginning of my turn after he attacks me. It worked, you know, it worked a certain way in Age of Wonders 3, but to where you would get your I think it was your combat casting points back, but not your mana. It was weird. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've actually played Age of Wonders 3. I'm going to play it safe and just end the turn. As much as I want to use Blizzard. Yeah, he's moving into attack formation, and they're going to hit Jormag's stack, so it's going to be on that forest tile. Oh boy, here we go. All right, risky battle. But risky battle is probably a winnable battle. Let's see what the auto says, just for lulz. And then everyone waits with bated breath. Well, we can't be having that, so yeah, we're going to have to retry. Oh, man. So he's going to throw a lot of spells at me, I think. This is going to be a tough fight, but this is the battle on which I think the rest of the early game hinges. Well, this is really the battle on which the entire game hinges, because, oh man, I really wish this was in the swamp. Oh, that would have made this so much easier. Okay, who do I want to go after first? I need to identify which stack is the most vulnerable and try to target them. Bone golems are dangerous and pain in the butt to kill. They take a long time to take down. This army is a little softer looking to me. Got an arcanist, got a couple spears. Neither one really has range units that I have to worry too much about. At least not a lot. I think swinging to the right is the better option here. So that's what I'm going to do. Don't run directly through the bad poison things. What's his? He's got. Oh yeah, he's got seduce. I need to remember he has that. I might be able to make use of that in this fight. All right, I believe this can be done, and I believe it can be done without too many losses. I do think somebody is going to die in this fight. I'm going to lose some units here, but I think I can mitigate the losses to some extent. Especially since I do have 3 berserkers. That's nothing to sneeze at. These guys are good. Alright, I don't want to move them up too far, otherwise they'll get stabbed in the face by a pikeman. Don't want that. There's a lot of poison mushroom things on my side of the battlefield. Okay, probably actually would be better, because I don't know what sort of spells he's going to use, but I believe this guy is a mystic, so he'll probably use a lot. And I bet he's got that Starblade's attunement thing. On that note, dang, I didn't even think about that. He's got Starblades, most likely, which means I probably should have dropped a Blizzard on him. Because that's gonna... Hang on, where's it? Just like a random wild speaker. Oh, he wouldn't have it. Let's check the Arcanist. Attunement, Starblades. Yeah, some of their units have got that. So every time I cast a spell, I need to be very, very picky about the spells I cast and when I cast them, because Starblades could make things difficult for me. Actually, I would like you in a different spot. Just in case he throws an AoE out. Protect more units over there. Okay, I don't think I've missed any scattered groups. We're gonna go forth with it. Let's see what he does. Will he cast a spell on this turn? He's gonna heal up his units, that makes sense. Would love it if this army down here would run out and come after me. It looks like they kind of are. Unfortunately, the berserkers aren't great at crashing through those spears. But I might be able to freeze the spears and then crash into them with the berserkers. So let's see what we can make happen here. Yeah, I've got a 90% freeze chance on those guys. If I can get this other... Well, actually, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he's the only one I really need to freeze, because he's the one I can go smack with the Berserker. And I can actually leave the Berserker in cover, too, while doing it. It does leave the Berserker in range of that Bone Golem, but if I have another unit here to provide defense, which actually I don't, that army has no defenders in it, that's a little bit of a problem. I have a 66% chance to freeze that Bone Golem. I think I need to start hitting stuff. I need to start the battle and so that he charges me in a line instead of trying to position. I can't have that. So I'm going to go ahead and land the freeze, because he'll block the charge if I do it like this. So I want to go ahead and freeze this guy first. Hit him with the Berserker to do much more damage, because now he's not disrupting my charge. Also could hit him from, let's see, let's move the Berserker up a little bit. Move these guys here. And are they standing on something that's obscuring them? Why are they so hard to hit? Oh, it's this. The tree. That tree right there is in the way. Okay. Those guys could come stab basically whatever they want, so I'm going to want a little bit of extra protection. If I put this Berserker here, or actually put Jormag here, even better. Or, even better, summon a spider with Jormag. Ooh, can you? No, you can't quite. Okay, well, we're going to put the spider there. I'm going to put this Berserker... Actually, we'll put the spider here. Put this Berserker here. And let this Berserker run forward. He can still charge and hit these guys, but he can stay within the safety of the foliage while doing it. Does a nice big chunk of damage to that spear. This spear can run in. He can hit the spider if he wants. I don't care. He probably will. But that allows me to protect my Sunderer to some extent, which can I can then use to attempt to sunder his defense. I got a 50-50 on that. I'll take it. Got it. Okay, good. Let's see here. Probably want the scout to go out, start maybe harassing that Arcanist. The Arcanist will definitely do more damage, though, so... One problem with where I put Jormag next to that rock, he's kind of blocking these units from getting around without passing through the poison mushrooms, which is a little annoying. Well, these guys can cross right across the middle, so that works. We're just going to keep running this direction with as many units as I can and really bundle up. We're just kind of hoping that he doesn't have too many brutal AoEs just yet. Don't want him standing within range of the Bone Golem, so we'll move him down here. The Berserkers could handle a hit from it if they need to. Obviously, you don't want them to be the ones getting attacked. You want them to be the ones attacking. But they at least are somewhat respectably tanky. How about you guys? That's just a skeleton pike. I'll put them in there if they want to engage that unit. That's okay. Then move these guys here. And my shaman's there. Okay, so now it's back down here. We've got the rest of the army well on the way. I don't know if I want to take that 50-50 shot with these guys. I think I would rather move them up there. They are in cover, so the Arcanist is not very likely to hit them. So I feel okay doing this. These guys might run around and attack them. Which I can't really stop. Let's see, I think I want this guy to move here, because he could do a nice big chunk of damage after moving. Yeah, we'll get a nice big hit there. And he doesn't really have any reason to not attempt an attack here, so we're going to try to despair the one that has more health. Okay, well, that's fine. And then from here, I'm okay with the 70% shots. So we'll just whittle away at his health just a little more. Okay, I think that's it. Hopefully this group runs in, because I can kind of leave this group in the dust if they do. Alright, and then is there any spells I want to cast, or do I really not want to use spells for fear of triggering Starblades? Who else has that attunement? Because I don't think these guys do. I think they have to be their race. So, like... Or maybe it is that specific unit. Like, the Mystic unit, specifically. Not the race units, necessarily. Like Arcane Guard, they might have it. Yeah, they have attunement Starblades. So I think it's not all their units, but some of them will benefit from it. Still, I don't think it's actually worth using yet. I really think I'm going to want to use my spells to try to freeze those bone golems. So I'm going to hold off on it for now. Next turn, I should be okay. Oh, it affected quite a few of their units, because they cast a spell. Bolstered resistance, bolstered defense, rally. Oh boy. Well, he's running off there, but as long as they split up to some extent, that's all I need. They're summoning crap. Alright, good. Those guys missed. And he's coming in, going after the spider. That's fine. And they also are going after the spider. That is okay. The spider just needs to survive this round. He doesn't need to feel good about it. The spider might not survive this round. Okay, those guys did engage the shields. I'm fine with that. I might honestly just ignore them. Unless I feel like each of these armies is set up in a way where they can handle what's being thrown at them. Because they've also left a lot of their units kind of back, too. All these guys, that hero's not even in consideration for this next turn. So if I can get these guys off of me, that spider still has their AoE web. In fact, they could use it now. And it could still freeze stuff. I think. Yeah, 30% chance. It's not a good chance to freeze stuff, but it is a chance. I would really like to get Berserker guy out there to go deal with that Arcanist that's behind me, because he's not as good against the Spearman. But I think I can freeze that Spearman, and I probably should. First things first, let's sunder some defense around here. That Bone Golem in particular, I think. But well, actually, let's see what the chance is to freeze the Spearman, if I decide to go for that. Also, what is your chance to hit that? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have him hit that Bone Golem, I think. They could actually do decent damage to it, too. Okay. Yeah, if I can freeze the Spearman, I think I can handle the Bone Golem. That's a 99% freeze, 90% on the Bone Golem. I think it is more beneficial right now to freeze the Spearman, because it frees my Berserkers up to move. And then what I can do is sunder defense on the Bone Golem. And blast him with basically everything I can to just try to knock one of them out. Now, it is going to spawn a skeleton after it's dead, which is annoying. Can I seduce the Bone Golem? Okay, I don't really want to think about how that works too much. It's possible, yes. But I think I would rather just kill it. Because it's only a 60% chance, and I don't really want to run that risk. Unfortunately, I can't despair them as they are undead. They are not concerned with such things. Okay, he's already pretty whittled down. Now, the Berserker can finish it, but it will spawn a skeleton pike. I think that's okay, though. Um, Question is, do I want to finish it with this Berserker or the other one? Actually, I think I've got an idea here. If I use... Because these guys are frozen, right? So if I use this Berserker to hit and kill him, I could leave him here. He is a little out in the open, but I can then use... Oh, yeah, but then the guy spawns. Right. I just said that would happen, and then I immediately forgot about it. Alright, it's not the end of the world. He's still in a decent enough position. I'm going to probably move this guy here and shield bash that skeleton, just so it can't do anything right now. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Shield bash the skeleton. That's a 90% stun chance. That lets my spider just sort of attack him freely. In either case, this guy is now free to go deal with this Arcanist on the side, which I'm going to do. Good gosh, he is tanky. We'll do that. Move down here. Oh, I didn't notice that guy. Crap. Alright, well, they'll deal with them. That also destroys the bushes he was hiding in, which makes it easier for other range units to hit him. So that's what I'm going to do. You guys can get him from there. That's fine. They're good at moving and attacking, so let them take that shot. That Arcanist can't move now, I don't think, because the Berserkers are pressuring him. Let's see. They are a magic unit, so I don't have to worry about them potentially hitting friendlies. So I may want to go ahead and just take some... I'll take the safe shots with the archers, so they don't hit friendlies. And get rid of that spearman. Skeleton is stunned, so I don't have to worry about him. I would love to freeze this guy over here. That spearman, and keep positioning my army together. It's also tempting to go do a tail swipe with Jormag right there and then defend him with all the shield units and stuff that I can muster. I do have my Ice Witch here. She can freeze something, potentially. I know I want to move this guy and hit something with him. I'm just not sure quite what yet. Possibly running around to the back would be good, but also that's going to leave me vulnerable to some stuff. Just nothing really particularly scary. Like, none of these units up here do, like, a ton of damage or anything. So maybe running this guy around and hitting something with him isn't all bad. I don't know. I don't know what he should do. I think I'm leaning towards taking a chunk out of that spearman. Getting these guys out of my way early as opposed to late is probably better. I may as well use the spider's web now. I just slowed both of them, so... He is frozen this turn, so I don't have to worry about him. I could get him with the other Berserker next turn. So honestly, I think this Berserker is probably better off assisting up here with the trickle of units that are starting to come in. What's the cooldown on Jormag's Tail Swipe? That's attacks 3 adjacent units, remove defense mode, and retaliation attack. It's a cooldown of 1. That's pretty good. I think I'm going to use that here. I'm going to use that here and try to kill that spear. I do want to check what type of shield unit this is. That's a spell shield. What's his thing? Stunning. He can stun units. Okay. Definitely don't want that to happen. So I think I'm going to want to try to freeze him. Alright, I think I've got kind of a plan here. It's only kind of a plan. It's not a good plan. It's just kind of a plan. Alright, we'll tail swipe to remove their defense modes and cancel retaliation. Then what I'm going to try to do is move this guy up. I can start trying to sunder defense on that shield with him. He does have a slight chance to freeze, but she's got a much better chance of pulling it off, so I'm probably going to use her. In fact, I'm going to use her now, because I need to know whether that succeeds or fails. Can't always count on a 90. Okay, but I did get it. Then I can move these guys up here, and they can hit him. These guys can't retaliate for a turn, which means I can go nuts on them with the berserkers without any punishment. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. While leaving the berserkers in the cover of the trees. And these guys can... Oh, they can't quite finish it off. Whoops, I don't want to do that. Hang on, no, not that. Not going to do that right now. I'm afraid if I move my my skirmishers here, my ice golems, that there's just too much stuff up here that could come down and kill them. I'm counting on Jormag being kind of tanky here, so what I need to do is probably shield bash these guys to keep them from doing anything on the next turn, and also triggering defense mode, and then using these guys to trigger their defense mode, and just protecting the heck out of Jormag. So unless this freeze lands, I'm going to shield bash. I did get lucky. I got a lucky freeze, so the skeleton can't move. So there's no reason for me to use my shield bash. I'll just use my regular defense mode. And then I'll use these guys. Actually, what is mostly what's going to be hitting me? Because it might be better for me to trigger a heal on this turn rather than... Yeah, I think I'm going to bolster everyone's defense here. Or give them strengthened and regen. Sorry. Because they're going to take a hit on the next turn. This guy is tanky enough to be able to handle... Whoops, I don't want to do that. I want to do... Let's see. Yeah, right there is fine. That's a pretty good chunk of units all getting boosted. It seems like a good time to drop that since they're about to all take damage. Oh, okay, this battle is going to take... This is going to be a long episode, guys. But I really wanted to get at least one good fight in with Noctis on this episode. Alright, next unit. Who's left? That's the best question. Okay, it's just those two. That archer can't do anything right now. These guys are frozen. These guys are stunned. So basically just damage output is what I want right now. Which I can totally do. Let's move up here and start hitting stuff. As for these guys, damage output might not be the correct solution. It might be better to go into defense mode somewhere, or possibly drop a healing on a group. Maybe the spider, actually. Yeah, this group right in here could benefit from it. Let's give them healing, strengthened, regen, all that good stuff. We'll just drop our heals now. They may still kill the spider, but that'll at least make it a little harder to do. Also, is it worth freezing anything? For the sake of potentially, or even though I could potentially trigger Starblades. I'm tempted to freeze that Bone Golem right there, but it might actually be better to freeze the one further away to make them split up their units even more. Not really worried about any of these units over here. So, yeah, I think I'll try to freeze that Bone Golem. Now seems like the right time to drop one. Did get the freeze. Okay, that's one less charge attack unit coming in on the next turn. So I feel pretty good about this at the moment. Okay, he sundered defense and distracted Jormag, I think. Yeah, that did a big chunk of damage. Okay, well, at least Jormag's got some healing on him, because I think he's going to take a hit from the... Oh, he could take a really nasty hit from that Bone Golem. I think Jormag's fine. He'll survive this turn, but he's going to be a little beat up. Yeah, there's the Bone Golem. Ouch. Okay. Ah, but I have total awareness. So no flank attacks for you. No, all things considered, this looks fine. I just need to get Jormag out of there. But everybody else, I think, is doing okay. Oh my gosh, that guy just took a hit from a berserker and just barely scratched him, though. He's a tough dude. All right, so this battle is getting a little bit out of hand. Okay, I need the scouts to finish them off because other units have more important things. We'll work our way up the battlefield from this side, kind of ending up here and pushing as much extra help up there as I can. But Jormag is currently completely surrounded by enemy units, and that's quite scary. Now, I do have a breath attack that could freeze several of them, but that just buys me time. It doesn't give Jormag out of the situation. Alright, so we've used the scout. Let's see what we can hit with the porcupine dude. Probably should go here. I'm going to need to get them out of the fire, as they have been set ablaze somehow. Actually, porcupine dude needs slightly different movement because I'm kind of blocking my my berserkers from there. All right, we'll take the shot on those guys. It's where we can do the most damage. I do have another freeze ready, but not on any of the units that... Not on the White Witch that I want it to be ready on, because we need freezes up here. How much damage could I do for... man, that guy needs some sundered defense. Okay, probably need to go hit these guys with the Berserker. I really want this tree to not be there. It's kind of in the way. Alright, I will take some retaliation from this. That's probably okay, though. I've got good odds to hit him from... Can I seduce the hero? 26% chance. I'm not willing to roll that dice. The 66% mind control on this guy would be pretty handy right now, though. Or I could just totally blast that guy into oblivion and get the skeleton out of the way. I think trying to remove rally and start debuffing that guy is probably what I want to do. So that's what I'm leaning towards here. I also am going to need my Sunderer to assist with that. And I have Sundering Blades on many of my melee units. If that tree wasn't there, this would be an easy choice to shoot that guy with those arrows, but it's not. I guess I could move here and get a 90% chance instead of a 50, which is probably better. And I think I am going to go ahead and get rid of these guys' cover. So I'll do that. That was a crit, so I'll take that happily. And we're not quite as much damage, but more likely to hit, so I will take that. Yeah, I definitely want the Sunderers to go hit the hero on this turn. Problem with attacking heroes is it takes so long to kill them that you leave other units vulnerable. So sometimes it's difficult to know whether it's worth killing the hero, or whether it's worth just ignoring them and trying to slow them down while you kill other units. I think a lot of times the latter is the better solution, but it's normally very tempting to just attack them. Ugh, that Bone Golem does so much damage. That, oh my gosh, he does so much damage. This is just a bad situation all around. This army's in trouble right now. I've got to clean this up down here so I can move these units. I'm just not sure how. I guess this guy's going to need to... He's going to have to take one for the team. He'll take that attack of retaliation. It's not going to ruin him. And it gets this frigging skeleton out of the way. which I really need. That also gave me high morale. That's encouraging. The spider cannot quite kill this guy, but it can come close enough, I think. I think we'll just leave the spider down here dealing with this. He'll take a few hits, but I'm okay with that. I would rather get this White Witch moving over in this direction because she will have, or she can freeze stuff. She can't quite reach the Bone Golem on this turn, though, unfortunately. At least I don't think she can. When I move the Skirmisher, she'll be able to run a little further. But yeah, I need to freeze this guy. Basically, long story short of what I'm thinking right now. So if I can't get a White Witch over there to do it, I'm going to need to use the spell to try to do it. But yeah, he's got to be put in timeout. All right, these guys can't do anything other than stab the spider once. Actually, for a reasonable amount of damage, though. I would rather just finish them off if I can. I just don't think that's actually an option. No, I don't think that's an option. We need other units for other things right now. All right, what I'm going to do is start thinking about this side of things. I can move these guys here. And that would get them out of the way of the Sunderers, who can then get out of the way of the White Witch. I think the Sunderers, actually, I like this spot for them. That lets them take a shot at removing this guy's bolstered defense. And then the White Witch might be in range of that Bone Golem. It's going to be really close. In any case, I think this guy is pretty good here, because he can, like, help defend stuff and heal stuff. So I'm going to move her as far as I can this way and see if I can get within range of that Bone Golem. I am just out of range. Okay, well, there's other options here for freezing that aren't bad, but I basically know that I'm going to need to freeze the Bone Golem. I'm going to want to do that at the end of the turn, though, because because I could trigger Star Blades, and I may still be in a situation where I might trigger attacks of retaliation. So let's see, we're gonna probably hit this guy with the Berserker. I can use this guy to stun the skeleton for a turn. So that's probably worth doing, because that still triggers his defense mode. And then I could use this guy to cancel his retaliation. And I can start trying to despair him with this hero, who honestly actually really probably needs to get over to deal with the Bone Golem, because that thing is scary. But dealing with the hero would also be a nice blow to their morale. So it's never an easy call. I think I'm gonna do this. Right now I need to know if that freeze is gonna work, so please work. Please, please, please work. Okay, good. I really needed that one. Alright, now that I know that that works, what I'm gonna do is slide these units over this way. I've already destroyed 2 bone golems, and they're the thing that scares me most in this battle. So I'm gonna try to keep these units out of the nasty poison and run them over here and get all the units that I can to this side to use Star Blades, or to freeze stuff. This guy is stunned, right? Did that stun work? Hang on, clicking the wrong button. He is stunned, okay. This White Witch could stun the pikeman, leaving only the spell shield remaining that could hit Jormag if Jormag were to GTFO. I'm gonna go ahead and start whittling down on this guy a little more, because he is causing trouble, and I am tired of it. I'm gonna have this guy probably just hit that crow. Yeah. I need to get these units off of this berserker. So that's fine. Just start getting them out of the way. Next unit is the War Shaman, who probably really needs to somehow protect Jormag if I can arrange it. I don't know that I can, though. Now, the question here is whether I want to be aggressive with Jormag or not, because I could go for a freeze on this guy and that guy. But I don't know how likely it is to trigger. It doesn't really tell you in the highlight. You just have to kind of do the math yourself. This is only a 30% chance. I don't think I'm willing to roll those odds. So I'm probably going to just try to get Jormag out of there entirely. They're too powerful of a unit to risk losing. And then I can freeze the other spear and then just do something. The question is, I just don't know what I'm going to do with Jormag. Alright, I'm going to try to freeze this spear. Because if I can't freeze him, then I'm not going to try to move Jormag. Okay, now at this point, Jormag only takes a hit from the shield guy if they move. So I'm thinking about moving here, which gets me kind of out of the middle of everything. It does give this shield unit an opportunity to stun me on the next turn, though. If I remember correctly, that's what it does. Yeah, they can stun stuff. They can stun adjacent enemy units. That's like a... Oh, hang on. That's actually like a area attack, I think. That could be really bad if I open up a path for them to get through. Oh, I don't like that. Because they could run in here and stun a lot of stuff. Not just Jormag. Okay, what I think I'm going to do instead is leave Jormag where they are. Because even if Jormag dies during this battle, they will come back. And I'm going to do a big enough chunk of damage to these guys that I think it's worth it. Also, since this unit is frozen, I can now move the ice elementals over and start beating up on him from this side. I will leave Jormag in defense mode right now. This guy has a pretty low chance for stunning Flash to work. He does have a pretty high damage output versus Jormag, though. Good gosh. Okay, yeah, we definitely want Jormag in defense right now. Jormag might die this turn anyway, even with all the buffs from defending adjacent units. I'll move you here, and you can help with that guy, because mostly your odds are better to hit it than anyone else, but you're mostly just here to freeze. And then you go right here and give all those units defense. And then that ends my turn, I think. Who's left? A Fury? With a crappy shot on anything? Yeah, we'll just leave you on defense. Noctis used... Oh, that's what he did. He marked Jormag as prey. That's why Jormag is in so much trouble. Okay. Oh boy, true strike. They can't miss. But I don't think that really matters that much here. What are you doing? Okay, that seemed like a waste, but alright. I will take what I can get. He might be worried about my Dragon Breath and be trying to protect against it, but I was not planning on using it in this situation anyway. Oh, he got... Okay, that's not good. Jormag's going down. Dragon slain, no! That's okay. Jormag comes back for free. It slows me down, but it's not the end of things. Oh, I forgot about that other bone golem up there. Alright, we have to do something about that. I was wrong about killing 2 bone golems. I had just frozen the other one and then lost track of it. It was the one that I'd frozen a couple turns ago. Okay, morale is back to high because something died. Whew, this is one heck of a battle. Okay, this is bad up here. This is a very bad situation. They need backup and they need it now. I do have another freeze available that I'm going to have to use. I don't have any heals, as far as I know. And these guys just won't freaking die, because I got so much healing on their guys. They've got to freeze. I'm gonna have to freeze both of those golems on this turn, but I need to capitalize on it. I need to actually break them. And they're just gonna turn into spears when they die, so that makes things even worse. It's like it's just not a good situation. How can I handle this? Okay, you know what? He needs to be over here dealing with bone golems. Yeah, he needs to be on bone golem duty. If he has to run straight through the poison to do it, so be it. But I don't think he has to. I think I just need to move this witch. Which is fine. I'll put her here. If I can kill one of them on this turn, then I only would really have to freeze the other one, and that saves a freeze to use on somebody else. I'm just not sure if I can. I need to get these archers into a better position to assist with things. I think that's probably as good as it's going to get. Between the 2 of them, that might be a kill. I think it is, if the archers land all their hits. Yeah, he grazed on the 80, so that's not going to be a kill. Alright, well, I'm going to be trying to freeze the other one anyway. This one I may be able to finish off with something else. Actually, this guy could finish him off without any retaliation. That's probably what I need to do. That ice elemental may not make it out of this alive, but... And he's just going to spawn spears. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have tried to fit this battle into this episode. This episode's going to be maybe the longest episode I've ever recorded. Okay, we've got to get over here and try to freeze some stuff. So that's what we're going to do. We need to lock you in place. Really, really relying a lot on those freezes. They're so tough. Maybe if I run a berserker over and hit their leader, it'll change their damage calculations or their combat calculations. Let's try to take care of some stuff over here, and maybe that'll give me a better sense of like what my options are. You have a 50-50 of hitting him. I guess that's okay. Not as good as I had hoped for, but alright. You have a 70% chance of killing him now. From a different angle, that might be better. So let's try to move these guys over. The angle doesn't really matter. Okay. Do that. Yeah, do that. Okay, good. Needed him to go down. This Berserker can deal with the Wild... Actually, you know what? I'm going to ignore the Wild Speaker. I don't care that he's back there. He doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And I've got other units that can gang up on him. The Berserker is needed elsewhere. You need to get the heck over here, dude. We need help over here. And you can go here too and just sit in the bushes for now. I should probably do something about that spider. He should be fairly easy to deal with. Yeah. Okay, let's hit him with the skirmishers. The warriors should be able to, or the berserkers should be able. Now I want actually the warriors to finish him. The berserkers got more important stuff they can do. So you actually could move here because I'm going to finish that thing off on the next turn. So stay behind the line. That takes care of you. Now, did I use a spell or did I use the White Witch to freeze that thing? I used the White Witch. So I still have another freeze if I use a spell. The War Shaman is probably needed here to use warding magic to defend everybody. The Berserker is kind of stuck where he's at because this annoying guy is... I can't kill him. I might just go nuts with the Berserker, which I guess is kind of the point, and run him right into the middle of everything. It would trigger Steadfast if they all gang up on him, but it may cause them to reconsider their strategy a little bit and might mess them up. And Berserkers are actually pretty easily replaced at this point, so I'm going to do that. We're just going to run in here and hit stuff really hard in the back. I need this guy dead. The skeletons aren't as scary. They do a decent amount of damage, but this guy's doing a lot. Actually, no, they all do a lot. Who am I kidding? Who do I have left that can move? Oh, I have a White Witch in here somewhere with a freeze. That's right. And you... shield. This guy, ooh, what could I do with him? Could I finish? No, he can't finish him off. I think this guy's better off just continuing to provide shields. This guy is also probably best off continuing to provide shields. I can't think of a better use for him. That thing's frozen. This guy can kill that, but it's going to spawn a pike, and the pike will probably turn around and kill the snow spirit. I'm going to have to just be okay with that. There's their free skeleton. Okay, now who's left? I've got Fury, which can't hit anything, so I'm going to... Well, actually, I may as well just... I mean, if I miss, I miss. Hey, actually grazed. Better than nothing. And the White Witch is primarily here for freezing stuff. I guess I will just take... I doubt anything's going to attack her on the next turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and take some shots. Ooh, crits. All right. That's worth considering, that there is that crit chance in there. Now who's left? Cryomancer, Shield Guy, Berserker. Just those three. And a spell, if I want it. Freezing this guy actually would give my Ice Elemental another breath of fresh life. Try to attack. Also, freezing this guy, though, would prevent him from using his AoE stun, and that's probably more important than saving the Ice Elemental, because if he gets that off in a good spot, it could really screw me up. So I think we need to freeze him again. these berserkers can cancel retaliation and sunder defense on these spears. That's probably worth doing, so we'll have them do that. I am landing a lot of crits. That's a good sign. And these shield guys are probably fine defending where they're at. Oh wait, no, I canceled retaliation. I could actually go in to do quite a bit of damage. Okay, what I'm going to do is try to take a good chunk out of this guy's health. Sunder his defense down. And then I will use my magic to do nothing because I'm out of casting points? Hang on. Oh, oops. Can't cast spells if Jormag's dead. Didn't consider that. Okay, well, in that case, I'm ending my turn and hoping for the best, because we're out of movement. Ugh, alright. I think I'm going to win this one, but it's going to be a costly victory. Okay, good. They're shooting at the Berserker. That's what I wanted. He's new. We can replace him easily enough, unless he's the highly leveled up one. I don't think he is. Good, good. Yes, waste your time attacking that one unit and leave the horde intact. Yeah, I knew he'd go. That's expected, unfortunately. He wants to go down and pick a fight with the Berserker. And I triggered Steadfast. So he's just going to go nuts on somebody. That's fine. Broke a tree. Alright, for these guys here, they're being a little pest. They're hiding in bushes, and I don't have a way to break those bushes, but what I can do is use these units down here to surround them, and then just start plinking away at them. Oh wait, I do have a way to break the bushes. I didn't realize range attacks would do that too. Alright, how can we do this? We've got another freeze option in here somewhere. Yeah, hers just became available. I've been kind of balancing it between the three of them, so... I also have more healing available soon, I think. This guy... Okay, no, hang on. That's next turn. So I need to survive one more round without healing. How can I do that? We need to get rid of... Actually, we need to get rid of those freaking skeletons, is what we need to do. We can freeze the bone golem in place, but the skeletons are maybe being a bigger problem. And this guy just has terrible chances to hit anything. It may be time to try a seduce. Particularly on that arcane guard over there, if I could pull it off. Is this technically a ranged? If I could land this, that would be huge. Come on, come on. Got it, alright. That helps a lot. Now they maybe have a way to dispel it, I'm not sure, but I will absolutely take that. I need that tree that this guy's standing on to be gone. He turned around. That's a flank attack. All of these are flank attacks. I think I can kill that guy now. The skeleton, on the other hand, is still a problem, and that bone golem very much still is as well. So I still need to plan my moves here around dealing with that bone golem, I think. I can't really get these units out of her way, and I can't cast a spell, so I need to find a different way of getting her around. I think she may have to run through the poison on this turn, but if she can get here, that thing should be in her range. So I'm going to take that, and we're just going to keep freezing this guy, as long as I can keep rolling the 90s in my favor, which so far I am very thankful for. And then this guy is actually gonna get hit by a lot of range damage here, so that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. I think we can manage him. Range attacks are the way to go, it seems like, for these skeletons. Oh, let's not graze, though. Let's not do that. Ah, dang it. That was an unfortunate graze. I don't have any, like, AoEs that could easily finish her off. Well, I am pretty sure that I can still get rid of that spear. I am still concerned about this guy. I might just try to hit him to distract him. Hit him with his own buddy. Alternatively, you know, I could go after that guy, but I think I'm more afraid of him. Okay, while he's turned around, I think we've got to try to flank attack him. So let's do that. Let's cancel his retaliation first. We're slowly chopping our way through these melee units. And eventually we're gonna get there. Oh, I've got this shield down here too, and he has a stun available. Not sure who I want to use that on. Sunder actually probably should have sundered him first, but you know, I guess it doesn't. Actually, the Sunderer could finish off that unit in the back if I can get the right position. How far can they throw? They can throw pretty far. They just don't have a good line of sight on him, and that's the problem. All right, we'll just be happy with this because that is really good. That guy has been a problem for a while. Fortunately, the other problem person is now at least temporarily on my side. How long does that last? 3 turns? That's plenty of time. Okay. Probably want to keep this guy here again for another turn, giving defensive buffs, defensive boofs to those guys. Oh, hey, this guy can run all the way through here and stun the shield guy. Let's do that. Okay, things are shaping up here a little bit. It's looking better. I got my Fury as well. And I got another Berserker, so we got reinforcements coming in. Can start smacking these guys around a little bit. Yeah, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. I also don't know if they're gonna hit me with another army after this. Gosh, I hope not. I'm gonna target him in the back because I don't risk hitting my own units if I miss. Okay, 2 full hits. That's absolutely okay with me. Alright, and I've got 1 unit left that I think can finish him off, and I'm gonna take it. I believe it's the White Witch. Yeah, the White Witch and the Shaman are the only 2. And the Shaman's going to be playing defense again. They're getting close to routing. We're getting there. Actually, the Shaman might not need to play defense. I think the Shaman might be better off poisoning that guy. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's get aggressive. There's still that tier 3 fairy back there. Although, he's not really doing much. Here goes Berserker. He served me well. Goodbye, my friend. Oh, I didn't stun him. Okay. That must have failed, and I didn't notice it. Doesn't matter. At least not much. I believe the rest of his army is about to collapse. Yeah, I'm still gonna freeze that thing. Yeah, I'm still gonna freeze that thing. Move her up. Use you. Probably get you out to the side here, kind of. Maybe in the bushes. Or maybe I want you more up towards the fight, actually. Yeah, I kind of want you here, I think. We'll freeze you. Okay, landed the freeze. Then I can start whittling away your health. These archers will actually do a pretty respectable amount of damage. Unfortunately, my white witches aren't going to do much of anything from back here. They kind of need a better angle. So I think I'm going to start moving them up around the side and switch to a more aggressive posture for the remainder of this fight. Ooh, I'll take the crit. Absolutely. And I have another freeze that I can use if I want to. And a heal ready. 2 heals, actually. We're going to definitely make use of all of that. We're going to leave their unit out of the heal. Quite intentionally. But this plus strengthened is going to help me out quite a bit. Yeah. Just buff all of those people. A whole bunch. They'll be able to heal off pretty much any damage done to them for a little while. I do want to freeze him. That locks some more units in place and buys me time to poke things. I want to go after their heroes. I don't want them to get away. That's Noctis right there. The other one's mounted. Doesn't have any crazy good items, as far as I can tell. Not really. So it's not the end of the world if he gets away, but hey, I didn't tell you you could leave. Get back here. That wild speaker is being a little nuisance. I have more important things to kill. Leave me alone. Alright, we can get him out of the way. That's a pretty easy choice, I think. Take that 90. Noctis is about ready to run. And so are a few other units, but this guy is not. Even though his morale isn't the best. Now, should I try to trigger the retreat? Like, I don't know. I would really like to take out as many of these units as I can. The Bone Golem will not retreat, so we can just sort of keep it around, although I don't think I can freeze it on the next turn. Because I used 2 freezes on this turn. So that's one thing to consider. I could try to shield bash one of these guys, but it's not a very high chance to succeed. I think better thing for them is to just hit them with berserkers a lot. Noctis is a staff-wielding dude, so I think I'm going to go after this hero first and try to kind of pin these guys down over here. I want to sunder defense of this guy because he is taking too long to kill. And I've also got this guy who can come up and help out with stuff. I'll move the Sunderers here. Sunder his defense. And try to take some of his health out. While he's frozen. I can move my hero here into a position where he can start damaging stuff pretty well. I could finish that off, but since it's frozen, I would rather hit something else on this turn. And I think it's going to be Noctis, probably. Because that guy's frozen. Most of them can't do much. Yeah, let's just hit Noctis a couple times and see if we can despair him. Yeah. Alright, then we've got their spear unit, which I'm going to have... I'll just have him stab this guy. I need to bear in mind... Oh, he was standing on, like, bushes or something. I just broke his cover. Need to bear in mind that they have 2 turns remaining of being on my side. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just gang up on that dude. Oh, I have trapped my shield guy in the center of all this. Well, I guess that's fine. He'll give everyone shields. Alright, I think we're all good. That fairy is just doing everything it can to keep that poor arcane shield dude alive. Okay, wild speakers are moving around and still being a general pain. Okay, that guy is melee. I mistook him for being ranged, so... They just triggered Berserk, though. They want to go pick a fight with the scout. That's mean. Bro, I don't know if that was worth it. This is gonna hurt. Oh, that was also a crit, too. Alright, now Noctis is... Oh, no, he's still on the verge of fleeing, but he's not quite there yet. Okay, that guy I can finally put an end to on this turn. Although I think I may need him to go after skeletons here in a second. I'm going to use the archers to finish this thing off. Okay, now we'll see how much health the skeleton that spawns has and how difficult it is to deal with. I'm pretty sure I'm going to want him to... Yeah, I'm going to need him to try to deal with it. He doesn't have great odds of hitting, but... I'm going to take the chance. Oh, I landed the crit. I think it's dead. Yeah, he's gone. He's a goner. Alright, now Noctis is actively attempting to flee, and everyone else is on the verge, it looks like. Trying to decide if it's worth it to let some of them run just for the sake of, well... Now, I probably still want to try to kill as many as I can. 53% chance to freeze. I need to try to use my freezes on her to keep maybe Noctis from running away. If I can get enough other firepower to actually hurt that fairy and whittle its health down. We can remove their bolstered defense. I could also do the same to Noctis, which would make it easier to freeze him. I think I'm going to do that. Aw, missed. Alright, well, why don't you, on your last turn of life, take out another one of your buddies. Okay, the enemy's fleeing the field. No, I do not wish to claim victory. We want to punish them as much as possible. They are all in full retreat mode now, so it's just a matter of trying to kill as many as that we can on the way out. I do have a shield stun ready on this guy, but I don't know if he can actually reach anything useful. This guy does not, unfortunately does not have a shield stun prepared, but he can just go hit that fairy a couple times, maybe sunder their defense. Okay, then I think I can move them out of the way. Maybe like here? No, that actually doesn't help me at all. I need to get them out first. I wanted to try to shield bash Noctis and keep him from running. It's only a 32% chance, but I got it. All right. Now this guy is going to go flip back to their side on the next turn. I'm not sure if he'll be in flee mode or not when he does, though. Now, ideally, I would like to get rid of this fairy, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. More likely, the better solution is to come up here, ignore the fairy. Actually, no, I am going to try to freeze that fairy. That fairy's a tier 3. I don't want it having a chance to get away. Okay, then I can move her around, and I think on the next turn, yeah, she'll be ready for a freeze. So I think I can lock Noctis in place. I don't think Noctis is getting out of this alive. And then it's just a matter of moving other units around to try to do as much damage to this guy as I can. He's got a mount, so he can try to run, and I don't want that. I want to try to kill him. I'm just not sure if I can, because on the next turn he's going to move pretty far. Which White Witch do I have selected now? Oh, it's you? Okay. Now, may as well damage the fairy a little. The only thing you can really do. I can try to inflict this guy with poison for a little extra damage. That's probably worth doing. Landing a lot of crits. Maybe there's a chance here. Come on, if you can crit this, this dude's dead. No. Ah, that's a bummer. If I can get a few lucky shots, he's dead. I also might shoot my own guys, which would suck if I hit the berserkers. But I think they would survive. From there, I have a 65% chance. I think I would rather take that. Yeah, I would rather take that. Okay, come on. Just land the shots. No, the graze! Okay, maybe the scout can get a hit? No, well, maybe. There's a 45% chance from this angle. Come on. Come on, get him. I got it. All right, cool. That's one hero down, and I believe Noctis will not be escaping either. I have this guy who can try to poison something. Probably the fairy. It's a higher chance to succeed. All right, and the only unit left is the Razorback. I'm not sure why it's telling me to end my turn, because the Razorback can come help with stuff. These guys are going to get away no matter what I do, so I don't think I'm going to waste time on them. Well, I can't take those shots, though, because I might miss, so I guess I will just hit them once. Okay, that's it. End turn. Yeah, you better run, wild speakers. Off into the forest you go. Alright, this guy is back. He has no idea what's going on and is now in the middle of everything. Sucks to be you, buddy. Sorry. I'm going to... Let's see if we can still kill everything while making sure Noctis doesn't get away. That's the #1 thing that I don't want. I want to kill Noctis. It's a 32% chance to freeze. I probably need to rely more on just damaging him. Rather than trying to freeze him, because he's going to be quite resistant to that. Okay, let's hit him with a few despairs. I can freeze the spear guy in the middle if I feel like I need to. Also, probably, actually, let's sunder. We can sunder his defense a bit. If he doesn't resist it. He mega resisted it. Alright. Maybe we can get a poison on him? Nope, he's quite resistant, fellow. If I go back here, I can land a potential bleed. There's a crit. He did resist the bleed. Well, what I can do is just make him have to take a weird path to run out of here. because I can run the berserkers around and leave him no easy way out. So I don't actually have to freeze him on this turn. He's just on foot. He has no way of escaping. So instead, what I'm going to do is freeze this person, because he's still a tanky spear guy, and use the Sunderers to whittle him down. Actually, he's frozen, so let's focus on the fairy first. Try to refreeze the fairy. Okay, we slowed it, so it still can't move far. So that's not really a problem. In fact, we can just finish it off here. Okay, you're dead. And these guys are pretty much toast. I think I might be able to finish this on this turn, actually. Depending on who I've got left. Goodbye. And then I think that leaves the Sunders free to go attack Noctis. Yep. Alright, feels good. That was a rough battle, but we made it happen. And just out of spite... No, miss. Alright, we'll let him run. And we'll see if they actually manage to escape. That's quite a different outcome than what the auto combat suggested. All of his units died. The Wild Speakers did not escape, so that's good news. He took a massive hit. I collected 300 knowledge. And that's all there is. I still have a hero here, so the siege does not end. And I can probably capture that outpost on the next turn. Unfortunately, we've got to wait a few turns for old Jormag to come back. But we did manage to secure a pretty sizable victory, in my opinion. And on the next, or on this turn, I'm going to wrap that up and finish those remaining units off. Because his leader is also in the void, so he can't cast spells either. So I think overall that was pretty good. It's sad to lose my leader, but I think I needed a victory like that. I needed to take a big chunk out of Noctis, and we managed to do it. So I'm feeling pretty good. But guys, this episode's been going for over 2 hours at this point. I'm not even sure how this is gonna... I don't even know if my software can... I hope it can save a video this large. I don't think I've ever tried before. But thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate it, especially if you stuck around for that entire episode. That was one heck of a marathon. But I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate all the views and support and your feedback. Let me know if you have suggestions for how I could improve things and what I could do better. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you all next time. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Braden, Dawson Horner, Jimbro, Roderick, Sarah Feingold, and Tibby and Army. Thanks so much, everybody.